Hey friends, this is Ron from Optimized Effects and welcome to another EA update video. We're on week 5, which rounds up the end of all of the EA testing for the 5 weeks, or it was meant to be 4 weeks, but then ended up being 5. Now, unfortunately, one of my laptops decided to do an update and restart whilst all the accounts were made invalid. So basically, as they are demos, they expire after a certain period of time, and generally it's around about 4 to 5 weeks. Now, on the other laptop, I'm on a different laptop right now, but on the other one, that happened and it restarted, and when it restarted, I lost all of the information as to what the balances were when it closed. Unfortunately, that's just what happened. So what I'll do in the second half of the video, I'll get on that laptop and I'll have a chat about how all the EAs went, which ones were good, which ones were not, and which ones I'll probably start looking at moving over to the next series of testing. Yeah, some went really well and some kind of did not. Now, in front of me here, we've got the second laptop. It's still kind of going on most of the accounts, and this is like a test of a test kind of laptop. So usually I'm not expecting the accounts on this one to go good, but it's just a test to see whether some settings will work and some will not. Now, in front of me here, I've got FRZ indicator. Trading the market reversal alerts. Now it's still going, and it's interesting though because there is a setting here, setting 82. Here we go, which is set to false. Now, enable entry price optimization by indicator signals. Generally, we want to set that to true. And what I've noticed with this EA is that every single day, it wants you to say, yes, I want to enable this, and then it will kind of start trading. If you don't hit that button, it does play up a little bit. So I've found that if you have this off, it doesn't trade as well. So gold went well, pound USD went, US 30 did not go well at all. I kind of didn't think it was going to go well. So all in all, this account is not profitable, and that's perfectly fine. That was the whole aim of this, is to see what settings would work better for this combination and what would not. Obviously, we know what didn't work well, and US 30 is probably not one to use with this combination on the account. So there you have it. The FRZ is a very handy indicator EA to have, and you can put any indicator on it, and then you can try to see if it's profitable or not. Generally, most of the time it is, but it all depends on the indicator, of course. Now, we'll head over to another EA called Candle EA, and over the time frame that has been trading, I don't know if this actually went for the full 5 weeks. I started it on the 1st of the 5th, so not too long ago. We're on the 19th of the 5th, obviously, so at the start of the month. So this one hasn't been going as long as all the other ones on the other laptop, but it started off with a loss, and all the other ones have been a win, but not very often trading by the looks here. So this is Candle EA. It's only got it on Euro USD and USD JPY and Pound USD. So I don't have any other pairs running on this, but it's interesting that Euro and GU obviously probably has less signals because it's on H1, and Euro has had 3 signals, and they've all done well except for UJ. So I don't know why UJ didn't go well. Maybe because it's a yen pair and it's maybe not meant for that. So I'm just going to run with that. But all in all, it has gone quite well, and I think it's worthy of another test, maybe with more pairs, and maybe on major pairs, and maybe a bigger lot size, because, you know, I'm pretty impressed. Even with that one loss, like, we're still in profit, and all the other ones are in profit as well. So we'll see what happens, I think, in the next round, with more pairs, and I'll have a look at all of the information on the EA to see if I can maybe get better settings or maybe get better pairs. So we'll see. Next we have this Axel Hunter EA. This EA can do well. It can do well. Just be mindful that Axel Hunter EA is, you know, it's got a multiplier on it. So at any stage you could be in multiplier hell. And what I mean by that is martingale. So basically what will happen is, if you're in a really strong trend, like this for example, this is a fairly decent trend on the H1. Now, if it opened orders here and didn't close here, it opened here and didn't close here, if it kept opening orders on the way up here, you would be in decent amount of trouble. And that's the problem with multiplier EAs. Now, it has done very well. This one didn't end up going. This called Cluster US30. It didn't end up trading. But Axel Hunter has traded before. And basically, it made $138 in the time frame that it was trading. So we'll have a look here at the account history. I think I started this on the first. So pretty much, the first of this month. So it's been trading for 19 days. Obviously, it doesn't trade every single day, only the weekdays. And it's done pretty well. But I did have a look at one of the lot size areas, and it did hit 0.17 lots at one stage. So it has made $102 over this time frame, so over 19 days. But it has hit fairly decent sized lot trades quite a few times. We can have a look there. So that is a little bit concerning, but that is the nature of having a multiplier that's 1.5. That's basically going to be around about 6 or 7 trades deep that you'll hit there. So hopefully after you hit there, you'll get a reversal. Now we can see that that probably happened here or from here to here. That definitely probably would have happened there. You would be quite a few trades deep, and then on this pullback it might have closed, or it's happened earlier. But I don't have any other trade history there to show because this laptop obviously restarted as well. So, but Axel Hunter EA is a good EA to have in your arsenal. Just keep in mind to have a figure in mind that you can close all trades on if it goes the wrong way. But off one single pair, making $138 in 3 weeks, let's say, or maybe 2.5 weeks, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Funded EA Deluxe, three bad trades. Is it from this one? Yeah, 2 bad trades, 1 normal trade, and then 1 big trade, and it just didn't close. And it hasn't traded ever since. So yeah, profit target reached. Well, that's probably why. What was the profit target? It should have been daily. Profit target is $100. So maybe with this EA, once it reaches $100, it stops. I didn't look at that. I thought that was profit target per day. I'd understand if that was per day and it reset every day, which it probably should, or maybe every week. Would have been nice to know that was a thing, but there you go. Hit OK. It is still trading, like we have an active account here, so we'll see how it goes. Gold Reaper, not very impressed. This is one of the most bought EAs that has been going, and I've got it, and so far I'm not impressed. I've got it trading on everything that they mentioned, like it doesn't matter on the time frame. I think the setting I've got it on is moderate, so that's okay. But we're down $44 so far, and all it's done is open all of these buy and sell stops for the whole time of this month. Not impressed so far. It seems to be, I think, I'm going to say it, but I think it feels like a history reader. So if you backtest this, it's amazing, like awesome. But if you trade it live, no, not so great at all. Hasn't done well. Very interesting. One Gold was also an interesting EA. It's still going, and it does mostly really good trades. Obviously, we've got one loss here at the very end, which has caused it to make $85 instead of the amount that probably could have made, which is a lot more. But I found that it loses its money on Mondays. Maybe if we don't trade Mondays, it'd be all right. But generally only places a trade a day or every second day. Sometimes it doesn't trade for a few days. Most of the time it's profitable, but we have had a pretty big loss there, unfortunately. But that's the nature of testing. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I'm feeling pretty confident to trade this one live. I don't know about any of you, but let me know in the comments down below. PGM hasn't done well at all. I thought it would be a lot better than this. It takes small take profits and it's got big losses. So take what you will with that. It could be just because I'm trading it on H1. It could be because it's 0.1 lots. but we are not down very much. But let's try M15 and we'll see if that helps this EA. Next we have Newscatcher Pro. Now it's pretty much done nothing the whole time it's been trading. It's made a couple of trades, but and they're all in profit, yes, but this has been running for 19 days now, and we're only made $4, and we're down the whole $3.33 over the weekend, and it hasn't done too much. So not sure what to do about this. I've changed the settings. It seems to be trading okay. It's just not finding too many opportunities, I believe. So yeah. Now this one, unfortunately, I've had this on the channel like 2 or 3 years ago now. It did quite well. Like it 100% an account in like a month. It traded really well. It had quite low drawdown, but over the years, obviously the markets have changed. So what happened here is that I believe I started this at, unfortunately, the wrong time, which can happen. That could definitely happen. So if we have a look here, Ranger EA has AUD CAD, and Ranger also has Pound CAD. So we can see that Pound CAD is the worst of the two, and I started it here. Unfortunately, generally this EA is a it's a ranging pair, kind of ranges a lot, but we can see here that I started it at the bottom here because that's where I started it, and obviously this is not good, definitely not good. But I started at the bottom here, and it's just pretty much gone up ever since. We are peaking here though, so this is a really strong resistance area, and Pound CAD, we're going to see a reversal. It's definitely probably only going to break out a little bit. It's done this many times over the, let's have a look, D1. Yeah, look at that. So this huge dip here is COVID, and then it's come back up, and it's generally ranges most of the time except for this, which is quite interesting. But this EA did well in this period here, but then this happened, and then here. So yeah, bad luck, I reckon. Bad luck with this robot. We go back here. Bad luck. And the same with AUD CAD. Same position. I think just bad luck. I opened it here, and it's just gone up ever since. No real reversal. I'm actually in this live as well, but I'm not live this much negative because I've been trimming trades manually, which is what you can do if you know what you're doing. You look for pullbacks, and if you know you're definitely in a trend, you just hedge it, and you can, if you hedge enough, you can close the trades and move the grid up basically, or take small losses and move the grids up yourself. But yeah, and Pinpoint has done nothing at all. I don't believe it's traded at all. So unfortunately with this, it has taken some trades. We've got some trades there. No Pinpoint trades. It's made $27, not too much, but yeah, we're definitely deeper in drawdown than we are in profit with this EA system. So unfortunately, not so great. And the last but not least on this computer is Undefeated Triangle. Now it is generally pretty good. I'm very impressed with Undefeated Triangle. It's only trading Euro USD on the H1 time frame, and every trade it's taken has been really good. It's made $12 in the 19 days. So yes, it looks like I've started all these at the same time, which is really good for me. And yeah, this has gone really well, and the drawdown has been quite minimal with this EA. So I think the lot size could be increased, definitely, and we can see what happens in the next round of testing. But that rounds up this side of the video. I'll move over to the other laptop and briefly run you guys through all of those EAs. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, I don't have physical screen profits and losses. I've got kind of drawdown information and what I can remember, but unfortunately I don't have the figures to show you all. So we'll have it over there, and we'll have a look, see what we can find out. Alrighty friends, we're over on the other laptop now, the one that unfortunately lost most of its data. I'm going to do what I can, or do my best to try and give you a rundown of how they all went over the 5 weeks. So firstly we have this Hedge Scalper EA. I do know a little bit about this because it has its own little information bar on the left hand side here. So we can see that the balance was 1026, equity was 978, and it was floating about $48 in negative before the account shut down. And that is pretty much right. The max drawdown it did have was about $65, and that is correct. And yeah, I did notice that this EA, once it kind of got stuck into a trade or a pair, it didn't really do much after that. And that's the reason why it has such a low balance or profit to balance ratio, or profit to drawdown ratio. It generally only traded, it's meant to be traded with multiple pairs, but once it locks onto a pair, it doesn't trade any other pair. It basically says that, oh, this is the most winning pair, I'm going to trade that, and off it goes. And that's pretty much what it did, and it didn't make too much. So this was running for 5 weeks, and it made $26. So for me, I'm cutting it away. It's not worth it. It may be worth it to someone else, but for me, it doesn't match my requirements. So basically, I want a balance to be way more than $26 after 5 weeks. If I'm using $1,000 of my money, I want the float to be a lot less as well. So obviously, you know, having a balance of $26 over 5 weeks and being negative 65, it barely pays for like your VPS, so it's not worth it for me. So it's a no for me for Hedge Scalper EA. Next we have, this was that Newscatcher Pro. I don't remember kind of how it went, but it will be very similar to the other one on the other laptop. Its max drawdown was $51. I don't remember exactly what balance it had, but it wasn't very high at all. It was way less. Maybe it was like $4 or $5 in profit that it had, and it had a lot more drawdown. So Newscatcher Pro to me, based on the settings that I have, and that was, I think I enabled martingale or done different settings over the period of time, over the 5 weeks, tried to make it more profitable. It didn't do much. It didn't do anything really. There was a lot of news over the 5 weeks, and it just didn't really do much to me. So for me, Newscatcher Pro, I'm sorry, that is a no good. Newscatcher Pro, no good. And we'll go on to the next one. This one here was, this was the indicator automator. So as I mentioned on the other computer, so this one was going for quite a lot longer. I do know that drawdown is correct. It was negative 373. However, I don't remember what the profit was after everything ended over the 5 weeks. I do know that it was more than $373. It was probably around about the $400 mark. So I've tested this before, and I've said it in previous videos. This combination can be quite good depending on the pairs and how you trade it. Now, this was done via trading a percentage of the account, which is why the max drawdown of $373 was quite high for per 1,000, and was trading more than one pair, obviously. And we're not connected to a live account right now, or even a demo account, so I can't really share what profit it had. But look at my previous videos and you kind of see where it was up to, like the previous one to this, which was 2 weeks ago, and you'll see where this was up to. And this is a solid strategy. If you use this automated indicator, which you can get from mql5.com, and you can use indicators that you know are good and automate that strategy. It is quite good if you're patient. Now this one here was the funded trading EA, which I didn't let keep trading, which is interesting to myself. But we can see here that when it did stop, which was probably about 3 weeks ago, it was up $220, and I think I did have it here. Negative 327 was the max drawdown it had, I think it mainly traded Euro and GU, and I added maybe 2 more after a bit. Then the account closed and I decided not to keep going with it. But it was quite an interesting robot. If you backtest this, I don't believe it passes on $1,000 on any of the pairs that I've got there. So in other words, it blows up the $1,000. But over the period that I traded it, it was fine. I think you're going to have more drawdown than you are going to have profit with this EA. But I don't know. I think it might be worth another test. If you're trading it with just one pair, it might be better. So we can see here its trades. If I zoom out a bit more, we can see it traded from here and then it stopped and then it traded more down here. So it might have stopped here because I may have had the laptop closed, which may have been the case because my cats are here. They like to ferret around, and sometimes I'll have the lids down and they'll step on it and it will close the lid, it will turn the computer off. That's the only way that can happen. Yeah, I don't know. But we can see like profit for all time, $93 on Euro, and GU was $57. And yeah, these ones barely traded, so 37 and 31. So yeah, quite good. I don't know if I'd trade it live. It's definitely not EA that I would put on a funded account. I think it would have definitely more drawdown than it would have profit, but it's worth a test. That might be what you like. But we'll see here. Max volume traded was 0.12 lots. It's good that has all this information here actually. So profit for today, profit for all time, all this kind of stuff. So that's really handy information to have as an algorithmic trader to determine if this strategy is good enough for you or not. But as I mentioned, yeah, I'm trading more than one pair, and it might be good for you. It might not be, but I'm very interested to see how it would have went on this big drop here that I missed. It kind of got a little bit of a hit here, but this is a huge drop. Like, this is huge. So yeah, we'll see. Now next we have I don't know. Next we have one gold again, and I honestly don't remember how this one went. Probably very similar to the other one. Couple of really good trades and then one big loss, which seems to be the case with EAs that trade gold lately. And its max drawdown was 157, which was exactly the size of the trade that it lost on the other computer. So it probably had the same thing, I would imagine, yeah. So not really much for me to talk about on this. This one was Forex Gold Investor. Definitely no good. Max drawdown $143. This just slowly ate away at the account. I think its last balance was like $430 from 1,000, and it just ended up being no good. So I do not recommend Forex Gold Investor. No good. Get rid of it. That's me anyway. Then we have ET9 was a rather interesting EA. It has a little alien on it. I can't show you right now. Its max drawdown was $171. I don't believe it went well after all of this. It did have a couple of good trades, but in the end it was at a loss. I don't remember exactly how much it was at a loss, but it is definitely not going to be a part of any of my portfolios. So I'm cutting it away. So ET9, no good. Whatever that was. And this one here didn't even take a trade, which is Trend Scalper. So disregard that. And last but not least, we have this gold miner AI, which didn't take a trade. Wall Street didn't take a trade. Dragon Gold, I think, maybe traded, wasn't so good. And this multi-sniper, I had it on for like a long time, and it didn't do anything. Max drawdown 959. I don't think I reset this account after it blew it a few times, trying to trade some silly strategy. Diamond Pro didn't do anything either. And this was just basically a waste of an account. Tried, like, as you can see, 5 different robots. One of them did take trades and it wasn't very good. So that rounds up the review for this, for the 5 weeks. Unfortunately, sorry, I ran out of data to give you at the very end for one of the laptops. And yeah, I think I've got quite a few that will move over to another round of forward testing. I've got a really cool thing to share with this, which is my Signal, a new copy trading account, which you can do on Light Forex, Light Finance. Yeah, I'll be sharing that one in another video, but thank you very much for watching. I hope this you have learnt a little bit here. And yeah, I'll see you in another video very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.